Great evening, everyone. So, isn't Cancer a group of stars? It's like a constellation where the stars, they're always in the same place and they rotate above us in the firmament to give us our seasons. Um, that's the way I understand it, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure what stars are included in Cancer, and I don't know the rest of the details. I know the basic description of Cancer in the firmament. But to me it seems like the cancer industry, because to me it's an industry. I don't think they even treat cancer properly. It's more, they call it conventional medicine, and the reason they did that is because it's a post-Flexner report. After the Rockefellers took over the education system, they started hiring and paying their own scientists to produce their science. It wasn't real science. It wasn't backed in actual. It was a science that was used as an agenda, because they're all eugenicists. And eugenicists, they were trying to, like the book says, dysgenic stocks. They were trying to get rid of just dysgenic stocks, and that to the basically they're wrong. You know what I mean? They implemented that into our medical system. Post Flexner report, all, and then that's when they started making petroleum based drugs later, way later. But that's when they started canceling natural medicine and started teaching their conventional medicine and teaching to prescribe petroleum based drugs and way more procedures and just a different style of medicine, what they call Western medicine. They left real medicine because, first of all, these people, they created their own industry. It's called, what I call, the Fourth Reich, because they called the Third Reich during World War II Hitler and all his people. After World War II ended, they started using what was left over and converting it and changing it into products that are distributed into our life, different propagandas that are distributed into our life, different things that we consume. Post World War II, now we've already been in World War III. World War III started right when they created the medical system. It was the war on the immune system. It's been for a long time. The war on truth. There's not going to be a world war. We're coming back to truth. We're slowly returning to truth. And they teach you about this industry, the cancer industry. The post-medical system, what I call the Fourth Reich, they left the leftover war chemicals, the leftover propagandists, the fake rocket program. You can go watch it. It's a bunch of helium balloons, and now they're using actors and CGI because they have more money and technology. That it's crazy. They stole and destroyed the old land, hid some technology. Now they're selling it back to us. Like, these people are so stupid. But anyway, the medicine, the technology, the reason they're doing it. Post World War. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked with that post World War, because basically World War II was to destroy the old world and to hide the old technology. And now what are we doing? We're paying for it, and it costs way more, but it's just old technology that they're introducing to us, trying to convince us about a future. Like I promise you, the future won't exist the way they want it, because they're all talking about new world order and this and that. No, no, no. The future won't exist until we fixed our past. We need to focus on the present right now, so that way we learn from our mistakes, so then we can focus on future. Yeah, my family, my children, and what's important to me, but not no propaganda's version of the future, especially from the news, the mainstream media. The worst people at telling you about the future. And all the people who are in there, and all their little other side people, and the people who are against each other, and the people under them. It's crazy, because you got people who call themselves truthers, but they're really not truthers. They're just factors. They'll speak the facts so that way they can get an emotional response from you. But when you find out the truth of the situation, none of the facts are relevant. And it's just like, wow, you're a truther? No, you're not. You're using the name of truth in vain. So, what is Cancer? I think Cancer is a group of stars. I think there's a constellation in the sky and it rotates during whatever season it's in, and that's when we get those certain energies, you know? And doctors they'll tell you if you have cancer, all right, so first of all, cancer is caused from stress. It's from stressing the body, it's from malnutrition, it's from stressing the body. Stress is the basic easiest way to say it, and that comes from malnutrition, improper hydration, improper lubrication, improper breathing and oxygen intake, improper sunlight intake, not being grounded, having too much inflammation. But that's not cancer. I think there's something that maybe cancer is really supposed to heal us, and like our body shows signs of it, and it's like you need to fix the way your diet is and honor your immune system and stop, you know, stop the way you were living and heal your body. First of all, get a grounding sheet. Sleep grounded. If you sleep grounded, you know when they stopped grounding us, I'm not gonna keep telling you all the bad things. I'm just gonna keep but when they stopped grounding us is when they started prescribing drugs in the 60s. They put synthetic rubber in shoes, and they started making people wear shoes with rubber soles on them, so that way you lose your connection to the earth, because the earth is it's a neutral charge, and when you walk on it barefoot or with materials that are conductive, you know, then you maintain your ground, your natural ground, and that allows your body to eliminate any kind of inflammation, pain, and disease. Not any, but most of it. Inflammation related disease could be cured just by grounding alone, especially with proper nutrition, oxygen, less stress, no stress, beautiful, even better. Lubrication, what did I say? Hydration, nutrition, getting back to homeostasis, returning to an alkaline environment, not acidic, because if you look at the ingredients on the food labels, it's all acidic ingredients, and it's not, they call them ingredients. It's not food or meant for human consumption. Like, but America was the testing ground since however long. Why? Thank God for our new administration. They're at least trying. I know everyone hates everyone and blah, blah, blah. Well, our new administration, they're actually listening to people who have actual problems. You know what I mean? Real farmers, real people who have been sick, and they're listening to them. Why do you think, like, cannabis is becoming better? Why do you think they're taking artificial ingredients out of the standard for the American diet has changed officially. No more artificial dyes. They want real food in there. Less artificial ingredients and artificial starches and added sugars. No added sugars. They don't want added sugars in foods. They want us to consume more proteins, and like they flip the food pyramid upside down, which is a good start, but there's a way better, you know, that works for probably Americans. If American diet, flip it upside down, that would work really well. But the optimal food diet is a nutritarian diet combined with the Mediterranean diet. So that way you're always getting optimal nutrition the whole time, and you're supposed to only eat certain foods a certain amount of times during the month. Like, we're not supposed to eat red meat every single day. Like, we're only supposed to eat red meat, they say, once a month. Chicken, they say you should eat once a week. Poultry, once a week. Eggs. Yeah, that's what they say from the Mediterranean diet. So, like, you could figure it out where you could eat chicken, fish, or eggs should be consumed once a week. And you could use hemp and a protein, other proteins. So you could do like every other day, you're actually getting like a living protein. And then once a month, you treat it to where you could eat like a steak or a cow or something like that, or a lamb, whatever, red meat. And then you would do intermittent fasting and fast. There's a way where you could do it where the last 3 days of the month you try to fast as long as you can and reset. That's like a 5-in-1. That's with the warrior diet. That's not the warrior diet, whatever it is. I don't know what it's called, but it's like you do it and then at the end of the month you fast the last 3 days. But you're always intermittent fasting if you can fast. Some people can't fast. You know what I mean? And you're not even supposed to talk about fasting if you do fast. But so getting back to cancer, it's not. I don't think cancer is a disease. I don't believe in cancer. Cancer is a disease. They diagnose it. It has become a Center for Disease Controlled disease that is Center for Disease Created and Controlled disease that they created, and it's treated with post World War II chemicals. First thing they do when you have cancer, you're going from living a natural lifestyle, beautiful, or whatever. I've seen healthy people get diagnosed cancer, and then this is what happens, in my opinion, all right? This is in my opinion. They put spells on you. These doctors are taught to sell drugs because all the drugs cause side effects. And then when the side effects happen, you come back and then they prescribe you more drugs. It's a never ending loop. So, I think it's a spell that they put on you. I've seen people that don't look sick at all. Maybe just had some inflammation and some congestion or something. Get diagnosed with cancer. Then the doctor's telling them like, well, because what it is what type of chemo they're going to use is what they say, all right, you'll live up to this long or that long if you survive, and this type of chemo is this survival rate. But what is chemo? It's poison. It's toxic, radioactive, nasty chemicals that they converted from what they were using back in the day. The mustard gas they were using back in the day in Auschwitz. It's the same stuff, but they turned it into a liquid and they call it chemo now. Because back in the day it was genocide. Now they call it eugenics. So that's what I'm saying. So like it's like going to if you think that I believe that there can be immune system problems, inflammation problems and all that, but cancer is just a bullshit industry. It's a stress that causes cancer, and they treat you with stress. They treat you with radiation and chemotherapy. Chemotherapy dehydrates you, it makes you lose your appetite, and it destroys your immune system. So that way you're not able to take in proper nutrition to heal your body. So like even like Dr. Roth and Dr. Nitwitsky, they both said, or she said, Dr. Nowitsky, she was talking about the truth about cancer. You should go listen to that interview with Ty Bollinger. She said it's miraculous for people to survive chemotherapy and radiation. Proper conventional cancer treatment protocols. It's miraculous for people to survive proper cancer treatment protocol. This is because the way she explained it is what it is. It's annihilation of the immune system. And it's a business. You know, in America, the doctors don't even know. They're so much in debt from some bullshit college that didn't teach them nothing about nutrition. First of all, Hippocrates. First, do no harm. Second, let no harm be done to thee. Third, let your food be thy medicine. And fourth, let your medicine be thy food. That's the original 4 laws of Hippocrates. There's probably more. But what they teach you in the Hippocratic Oath, they get you to sign something that you don't even know. They stuck away. They pick and choose what they want. I know Hippocrates, if he was around today, every doctor who's prescribing drugs would be fired. Violating 2 laws right away. You're harming yourself, putting yourself in debt, going to school to be a debt slave. That's harming yourself. You probably used the same drugs. You probably experimented with them on yourself. You know,